Are you a digital nomad, expat, or retiree looking for a new and affordable place to live? Well, it doesn't get much better than Asia. Asia has a wide range of beautiful countries that are all unique in their own right and cheap to live in. The only problem? There are so many great destinations to choose from that you may have a hard time picking the right one. But that's why we're here. In this video, we'll go over the 10 best countries in Asia to live for cheap. And we'll also give you a cost breakdown of the monthly expenses that you should expect. So if you find this video helpful, be sure to give us a like and subscribe for more travel videos like this. Also, if you're moving or traveling to Asia soon and you're looking for other travelers or locals in Asia to connect with during your stay, be sure to check out GAFFL. On GAFFL, you can connect with travelers and locals from over 190 countries, chat, plan trips, and meet up to explore Asia together. Just click the link in the description below to start connecting with travelers and locals on GAFFL. There's a little bit of something for everyone in Indonesia. From breathtaking volcanoes to lush forests to pristine beaches and stunning temples. If you're an expat, digital nomad, or retiree in search of a new place to call home, there are very few better places in Asia than this stunning island nation. Overall, Indonesia is a really affordable country to live in. However, depending on which island you decide to settle on, your cost of living will vary. In Bali and Jakarta, for example, expenses tend to be higher, and if you choose to live on an island like Java, you'll find it to be more affordable. So where are the best places to live in Indonesia? Well, if you decide to stay in Bali, there are some great places to live. In southwestern Bali, Canggu is a digital nomad hotspot where the surf is always good. And if you enjoy getting out and meeting new people, Kuta is recognized as one of the more crowded places on the island, and it's also party central. In central Bali, if you're looking for a traditional Balinese experience while enjoying some of your Western comforts, Ubud is where you'll want to stay. In the eastern part of Bali, in Sanur, the expat demographic skews a bit older with more retirees. Things are a lot quieter on the east side of Bali, but there are still plenty of restaurants, cafes, and bars for you to frequent. Jimbaran and Uluwatu are both located in the southern part of Bali in the Bukit Peninsula, one of the best places on the island for experienced surfers. Some great places for expats to live outside of Bali include Sudirman and Kemang in Jakarta and Yogyakarta in Java. So how much will it cost you to live in Indonesia? Well, the average cost of a meal is 25,000 rupiah, which is about $1.75 USD. The average monthly cost of living without rent is about 6.5 million rupiah, which is about $453 USD. The average monthly rent in an Indonesian city center is about 4 million rupiah, which is about 279 USD. And the average monthly rent outside of a city center is about 2.5 million rupiah, which is about $175 USD. So if you're living in an Indonesian city center, you'll spend about $732 USD per month on rent and other living expenses. Thailand is undoubtedly one of the most popular destinations for expats, with its gorgeous beaches, picturesque natural landscapes, mouth-watering cuisines, historical attractions, vibrant culture, and great affordability. Known as the Land of Smiles, Thailand has a lot of options and opportunities for everyone. So where are the best places to live in Thailand? Well, Chiang Mai is popular among expats, digital nomads, and retirees for its lower cost of living compared to Bangkok. If you're looking for a calm and serene environment with some of the country's best weather, then Chiang Mai is one of your best options. Digital nomads, expats, and retirees love Koh Samui for its laid-back beach lifestyle, affordability, and quality healthcare. Then there's Bangkok, the country's capital. It's one of the most popular choices for digital nomads and expats for being modern and affordable. Then there's Phuket, with its vibrant youth culture, cool cafes, bars, and night markets. Phuket is a great place to live for young expats and digital nomads. So how much does it cost to live in Thailand? Well, the average cost of a meal is about 60 baht, which is around $1.80 USD. The average monthly cost of living without rent in Thailand is about 18,200 baht, which is around $544 USD. The average monthly rent in a Thailand city center is around 14,200 baht, which is around 424 USD. and the average monthly rent outside of a city center is around 7,200 baht, which is around 215 USD. So if you're living in a Thai city center, you'll spend around $968 USD per month on rent and other living expenses. If you want to live somewhere with delicious food, exotic landscapes, friendly locals, and a very low cost of living, Vietnam is your dream destination. Vietnam is renowned for its cuisine. The food here is unmatched for its quality and cost. You can get a delicious bowl of pho here for under $2 or an authentic banh mi for even less. The country is easy to explore as well, with cheap transportation so you can explore the entire country without any real hassle. Some of the best places to visit while you're here are Ha Long Bay, Mai Song, Nha Trang, and Phu Quoc Island. The two largest cities in Vietnam, Hanoi in the north and Ho Chi Minh City in the south, are among the best places for expats to settle. Both are excellent cities to live in, each with its own distinct charm and history. Beachgoers, however, will enjoy living in Da Nang, which is located directly on the Han River and the South China Sea. So how much does it cost to live in Vietnam? Well, the average cost of a meal is around 50,000 dong, which is around $2.20 USD. The average monthly cost of living without rent in Vietnam is around 10,400,000 dong, which is around $455. The average monthly rent in Vietnam inside of a city center is around 9,400,000 dong, which is around $411. And the average monthly rent outside of a city center is around 6 million dong, which is around $263. So if you're living in a Vietnamese city center, you'll spend about $866 USD per month on rent and other living expenses. This tiny island off of India's southern coast packs a powerful punch. Sri Lanka is one of the most beautiful places to live in Asia, thanks to its rich biodiversity and stunning natural wonders. This island nation has something for everyone, whether you enjoy beach bumming, exploring national parks, chasing wildlife, or learning about history. The best part, it's a very affordable place to live. Most expats in Sri Lanka live in the capital city, Colombo. Colombo is a growing city with many of the modern amenities which are perfect for digital nomads and expats. But if you want to live by the beach, two popular coastal areas to settle in are Galle and Unawatuna. So how much does it cost to live in Sri Lanka? Well, the average cost of a meal is around 400 rupee, which is around $1.35 USD. The average monthly cost of living without rent in Sri Lanka is around 93,000 rupee, which is around $315. The average monthly rent inside of Colombo is around 100,000 rupee, which is around 338 USD. And the average monthly rent outside of Colombo is around 35,000 rupee, which is around $118. So if you live in Colombo city center, you'll spend around $653 USD per month on rent and other living expenses in Sri Lanka. From the Himalayas to the Indian Ocean, India is a vast and diverse country with plenty to see and do. There are several metropolitan areas in India for you to live in, as well as many natural and historical wonders for you to visit, like the Taj Mahal, the revered Ganges River, and the pristine beaches of Goa. Some of the best places to live in India include Bangalore, which is home to approximately 8% of all expats in the country and is one of the most affordable places to live in India. Or Kolkata, also known as the City of Joy, and it's an affordable city to live in with excellent infrastructure for digital nomads and expats. Or Puducherry, which is a spiritual and serene place, and it's located right on the Bay of Bengal. It's an excellent place to live for retirees. So, how much does it cost to live in India? Well, the average cost of a meal is around 200 rupee, which is around $2.65 USD. The average monthly cost of living without rent is around 25,000 rupee, which is around $332. The average monthly rent in an Indian city that isn't Mumbai is around 16,000 rupee, which is around $212. And monthly rent outside of a city center is around 10,000 rupee, which is around $134. On average, if you live in a city center other than Mumbai, you'll spend around $544 USD per month on rent and other living expenses. The Philippines is a string of more than 7,000 islands. and it's the perfect place to live if you enjoy beautiful white sandy beaches, island hopping, and delicious fruits. This gorgeous island nation is home to some of the world's friendliest people who will make you feel right at home. For expats and digital nomads alike, Cebu City and Manila are exciting places to live. Both cities are very busy with tons of things to do. There are numerous job opportunities available here, as well as a thriving nightlife. Davao City is a much quieter and more relaxed place than Manila and Cebu, making it an excellent retirement destination. Boracay Island is a great place to live for those who enjoy partying and living on the beach. So how much does it cost to live in the Philippines? Well, the average cost of a meal is around 180 pesos, which is around $3.50 USD. The average monthly cost of living without rent is around 26,500 pesos, which is around $517. The average monthly rent in a city center is around 20,000 pesos, which is around $390. And the monthly rent outside of a city center is around 10,700 pesos, which is around $209. So if you live in a city center in the Philippines, you'll spend around $907 USD per month on rent and other living expenses. Cambodia is a country with vibrant cities, stunning beach destinations, and delicious cuisine. There's a lot to see and do in Cambodia, whether it's visiting the world's largest temple in Angkor Wat or learning about the country's rich but turbulent history. Cambodia is also an affordable place to live. Phnom Penh is a wonderful city with numerous temples, markets, and the royal palace to explore, as well as a variety of modern amenities being built on a daily basis. Siem Reap is a popular tourist destination, and as a result, it has a wide range of modern infrastructure like hotels and restaurants. Battambang is a great place for retirees, looking for a cheap, beautiful, and quiet place to live in comparison to Siem Reap and Phnom Penh. The average cost of a meal in Cambodia is around $2.80 USD. The average monthly cost of living without rent is around $620. The average monthly rent in a Cambodian city center is around $440, and the monthly rent outside of a city center is around $250. So if you live in a city center within Cambodia, you'll spend around $1,060 USD per month on rent and other living expenses. As one of Asia's most developed countries, Malaysia is quickly becoming one of the top tourist destinations on the continent. With beautiful beaches, sprawling national parks, and modern cities with all the amenities you could ever need, Malaysia is a wonderful place to live in and travel around. Kuala Lumpur is Malaysia's beautiful and colorful capital. It's a fantastic place to live because there's so much culture and natural beauty all around you. Georgetown, the capital of the island of Penang, is another great place to stay in Malaysia because of all the availability of affordable homes, beautiful beaches, and overall quality of life. This is a multicultural city with all the modern amenities that expats and digital nomads require. In Malaysia, the average cost of a meal is around 10 ringgit, which is around $2.37 USD. The average monthly cost of living without rent in Malaysia is around 2,000 ringgit, which is around $475. The average monthly rent in a Malaysian city center is around 1,500 ringgit, which is around $356. And the average monthly rent outside of a city center is around 1,000 ringgit, which is around $237. So if you live in a Malaysian city center, you'll spend around $831 USD per month on rent and other living expenses. China is one of the world's largest and most diverse countries. People travel from all over the globe to catch a glimpse of China's ancient wonders, like the Great Wall and the Terracotta Warriors, as well as modern attractions like the Bund in Shanghai and the Chengdu research base of giant panda breeding. When you're deciding to move to China, keep in mind that some places are more expensive than others. Shanghai, Beijing, and Macau, for example, are among some of the more expensive destinations in China. Cities like Guangzhou, Qingdao, Tianjin, and Hangzhou are all vibrant places to live that offer a high quality of life at a good value, and they all have their own distinct charm. Guangzhou has one of the largest expat communities in China, and many are drawn to its culture and cuisine. Qingdao is one of China's most affordable cities, and it has a lot of European cultural influences. Tianjin doesn't have a large expat community, but it's a great place to live if you want to learn about traditional Chinese culture. Hangzhou is a bit more expensive than the others on this list, but it's still well worth it, especially if you enjoy greenery and want to live near the UNESCO World Heritage Site West Lake. The average cost of a meal in China is around 30 won, which is around $4.71 USD. The average monthly cost of living without rent is around 3,800 won, which is around $597. The average monthly rent in a Chinese city center is around 5,250 won, which is around $825. And monthly rent outside of a city center is around 3,100 won, which is around $487. So if you live in a city center in China, you'll spend about $1,422 per month on rent and other living expenses. While Bangladesh may not be on your typical list of top Asian destinations, it shouldn't be overlooked. Bangladesh will undoubtedly surprise you with some fantastic off-the-beaten-path destinations, as well as popular tourist spots like the Sundarbans, which is the world's largest mangrove forest, and Cox's Bazar, which is the world's longest stretch of unbroken sandy beach. Dhaka and Chittagong are Bangladesh's two largest cities, and they're also home to the majority of expats. Both provide all the modern conveniences that you could need to live as a digital nomad or an expat here. In Bangladesh, the average cost of a meal is around 150 taka, which is around $1.75 USD. The average monthly cost of living in Bangladesh without rent is around 33,000 taka, which is around $382. The average monthly rent in a Bangladeshi city center is around 9,200 taka, which is around $107. And the monthly rent outside of a city center is around 6,300 taka, which is around $73. So, if you live in a Bangladeshi city center, you'll spend about $489 USD per month on rent and other living expenses. Now that concludes our list of the 10 best countries in Asia to live for cheap. Remember, if you're looking for a travel buddy in Asia, be sure to check out GAFFL.